So, Kanye. Can we just begin this with this? What you're watching is somebody who is bipolar and on an extreme crazy high.
You go through manic states.
Yes.
I've had relatives that have gone through this, and you go through.
It's dangerous.
Manic states where you believe all sorts of crazy things
and believe it to your core
for a week, and then you change. And I mean, it's
bad.
This is full-fledged mental health crisis. You're watching.
It is
in action,
and that's the first thing that everyone should be saying on this. That's not what they're doing because they'll play politics and everything else. But we should have great compassion and point it out to our relatives. That's what mental illness looks like. No, he's just a bigot. That's what mental illness looks like.
Now, he's also a bigot. And that is also
I think I'm going to have to go there, at least at this time.
Yeah. Now, would I be completely stunned if he goes somewhere, gets on some medication, starts to feel better, and then starts saying, oh, my God, I can't believe I said that stuff? Yeah, sure, it's possible. Whether that's true or not, it's impossible to know. The bottom line is, once you cross lines like he has been crossing.
No, yesterday was kind of the end.
It was
end of career. This one's it. This is it.
It's hard to, is there another place to go? Once you start saying, I like Hitler, you kind of don't necessarily have.
When you're on Infowars with Alex Jones, and Alex is like, whoa, that's crazy.
It's the best I've ever seen Alex Jones look. He was by far the most sane person in the room.
He looked like Barack Obama in that room. You know what I mean? It was crazy.
It's a weird moment. And, again, this is, I know some of the audio, maybe we can play.
Yeah,
if you haven't heard it yet, it's a little muffled because he's got a mask over his face.
Okay, again, not a mental illness.
Yeah, not a COVID mask, but like if you were to put a winter hat and pull it all the way down to your neck, that's basically what it looked like.
If you were wearing a hoodie backwards.
Yes, backwards.
That's what it looked like, okay? You didn't, I think Kanye could eventually come out and go, that wasn't me.
You're right. I honestly wondered, is this his theory here? He's going to say all this stuff and people are going to blame him, and then he's going to say, that wasn't even me, I swear.
Yeah, well, here he is yesterday. I like Hitler. Cut 4.
I like Hitler.
I don't like Hitler. And I know you're trying to be shocking with that.
I'm not trying to be shocking. I like Hitler. I do not. The Holocaust is not what happened. Let's look at the facts of that. And Hitler has a lot of redeeming qualities.
Oh, okay, stop for a second. Okay, let's just take that apart for a second. I know there's more, but we'll get back to it. I like Hitler. The Holocaust never happened. Okay, done.
Oh,
done. Done with anyone who is sane. Anyone who, he didn't kill 6 million. Oh, okay. Thank you. Bye-bye.
He does say that later on. that they didn't kill 6 million Jews.
Right, I know. We've got
Once
it.
Once you get there.
Yeah. But for me, that's the point that I say, excuse me.
Right.
Could you just go deeper to that? And then I excuse him from the studio. Okay? That's the ravings of an absolute madman.
Yeah. Now, look, there are millions of people who believe this, followers of Louis Farrakhan, followers of Black Israelite ideology.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of people out there. And, there are many of them seem to be congregated among the celebrity culture, with athletes, singers, comedians. There's a real underlying problem here that Kanye West is just at the tip of.
Yeah.
But he's the only one going this far and saying this stuff like this.
And I prefer knowing.
I prefer knowing.
I'm
that.
glad he said it because I'm like, okay. I'm not in the same boat with him.
My only, because normally I would say, like, if you want to put on somebody who's going to talk like this, I want to know who they are, and
Me too.
I don't necessarily want their voices censored,
or silenced
from the perspective of I want to know exactly who these people are. That being said, the only thing I have here is that's a moderation on that is the mental health aspect of this. This guy's
exactly right,
completely bonkers. And by the way, can we at least point out We've been saying he was completely bonkers for a long freaking time. Go back to our shows in 2005 when we were talking about Kanye West, George W. Bush doesn't care about black people. He has been insane every day, including the day he put on a red hat. Yeah. All the days, even the days from then till now.
Even the days we liked him and said, I think this is a real spiritual awakening. I think this is good. However, let's not all get on to he's the greatest guy ever. He's nuts. He's nuts.
I didn't go as far as many did as far as embracing him.
No, I know.
I never did.
You were always this guy is insane.
However, I will say I was rooting for his Christian conversion to be real. I always will root for that, no matter what the situation is.
Quite honestly, I think it is real.
It may be somewhere in his head is. Because he says it, and he's like, Hitler was born a Christian. That's not the resume. We don't put that one on the resume for Christians. We skip it completely. And by the way, he was not a Christian. Not a Christian. He was born into I forgot it. I won't go into the whole history here. But he absolutely was not a Christian, and he absolutely hated Christianity. Yeah. He wanted to destroy it.
So now, let me just say, you can, in an adult conversation with an intellectual and highly spiritual bent, you could sit in a room with a few people and say, let's talk about Adolf Hitler. Okay? Mm-hmm. Bad guy, killed millions
Holocaust
of people.
Real.
Holocaust was real. Absolutely anti-Semite. He was most likely clinically insane by the end. Really bad guy. However, if you're God, do you want or do you hate him? Or do you say, here is a soul that went so awry? If you're God, not me.
Right.
Okay. If you're God, Jesus would look at Hitler, I think, and say, forgive him, Father. He knows not what he does. Now, I'm not Jesus.
No.
So I don't do that. Mm-hmm. But that's probably, but that's the discussion you have philosophically, in not on the Alex Jones show wearing a mask. Let's just say that. Yeah, I'm just saying. Yeah.
I mean, you can go back even to that time when he was doing these things actively and was alive doing them, and you can find spiritual leaders who will say things like that, right? I'm sure if you went to Gandhi, he'd probably be like, look, he's a lost soul.
Yes.
Look, we can all feel that way.
Mother Teresa would have absolutely said that. He's a lost soul.
And he is a lost soul. But he's just also a lot worse than just that.
But Mother Teresa would not have said, you can't say out loud this person never did anything good. Okay, maybe Mother Teresa, maybe. I'm done with the classifications. Yes, she would have said that. Every human being has something of value. Yes, I agree. But she definitely would not have said, especially Hitler.
Especially. No. We're to single him out for all of his positives.
For all the positives that he brought to the table. No, I don't think especially Hitler. No. Continue on, because there's more.
I got to watch my accounts because they've been frozen by the Jewish banks.
Hey, stop for just a second. Yeah, I'm going to have to say... crazy.
Yes, he's completely crazy, and it's worse than that. It's not just a lunatic raving things in the street. He's obviously at some level. These views are something he's obviously entertained before. This is not day one of this theory.
No. I think this is. I really. Here's my guess. He got into Christianity. It was new to him. He got all, revved up. And really was on the right track. This is my guess.
Okay.
But then you introduce mental illness with that. And then his love for shock plus the fact that he's being abandoned by all friends and everything else. And he's a huge superstar with lots of money. Grifters come in, crazy people come in, and start to say, you know what? I'm with you on Jesus. I know. And you know what? And Jesus was a black man, and he was not a Jew. He didn't like Jews. And you can see with the mental illness, you can see him go down this road with really bad people surrounding him. I've not to this degree, but I've had friends. I think we've all had friends. When you're surrounded by the wrong people, and it is really easy to happen when you have fame and fortune, especially at his level, that you can start hanging with the wrong people and also with religion. Religion, and this goes to the religion of global warming and everything else. Look at how many of our friends have started to accept Marxism or celebrate your abortion because they got wrapped up with the wrong friends, that it wasn't obvious to them that they were the wrong friends. You're like, stop buying this. You're drinking the Kool-Aid. What you're drinking is very dangerous. No, it's not. And then all of a sudden, they're saying celebrate your abortion. You're like, dude, what are you talking about? I'm for the drag queens in Story Hour for the little kids. Who have you become? We are living at a time where the world is mentally ill, and then people who are clinically diagnosed as mentally ill are real trouble.
And which he has been.
He has
multiple times.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
And obviously is not being treated for it.
Right.
Look, we can sit here and do this thing where you look for the best possible, scenario here to explain his behavior.
No, but I'm not explaining it away.
I know you're not. I know. Yeah. Oh, believe me. You literally won the Defender of Israel award. I know you're not trying to explain it away in any way. You're just trying to, the mental health is really, really significant. When people get into these types of moments, they believe things. They believe they're in touch with the president. Now, of course, this guy actually isn't.
But you know what? On this one, I feel bad for Donald Trump.
Oh,
because Donald Trump, you get a call from Kanye West, and he says, hey, I'm going to be in town. I want to just come by, talk to you about something for dinner. I would have said, okay. I would have, if Kanye West called me and said, and just that, look, I want to talk to you about something.
Or anytime recently.
Now. Yeah.
But I mean, back in the day, sure.
No, I think in the last few weeks, I would have.
No, I wouldn't have. I mean, even saying these things for weeks, I think before he came out as an out anti-Semite, sure. But if previous to that, no. After that, no.
I would have come out. I would have said, I understand to some degree mental illness, okay, runs in my family like a pack of wild elephants. Believe me. So I think I would have said, I want to see for myself, and I want to see if I can help. I also appreciate his Christianity, but I think he is lost right now. I would have sat down with him and listened to him.
You're more of a man than I am. I would not, but I mean,
not now. But Donald Trump gets a call. Hey, I'm coming. I want to just talk to you. Can we have dinner? He says yes. Now, Trump is also thinking, get this guy out of the election in 2024 because we don't want any votes being wasted. So he has dinner with him. He doesn't know what that is all about. And he immediately comes out and says, whoa.
Oh, yeah.
Real trouble.
I mean, look, the media tried to make that into a Trump issue.
Yeah, it's not.
I certainly... you understand how that gets out of control. And they, they came out, the Kanye campaign for what it was, came out and told everybody that the reason they did it was to take advantage of Donald Trump. That was legitimately their goal, at least their stated goal. Now, whether you can believe any of these people that are associated with him at this point, I don't know. But that was their stated goal was to hurt Donald Trump. So, again, I think the Trump thing is that's a media sideshow when it comes to this. That's not,
that's nothing.
When it comes to the easy parts here, Glenn, it's like the Holocaust happened, okay? This is not difficult. You should be, I don't know why so many athletes, so many celebrities have trouble with this. This occurred. It's really, really bad, and it occurred. And the fact that you can't, after all of this time with all of the evidence, that you can't sit back and understand that and you deny it to this day is incredibly disturbing. And it's not just Kanye. We've seen this happen.
Oh, I know.
With celebrities and athletes routinely over the past few years.
There's not just white supremacists. There are black supremacists as well.
I mean, Kyrie Irving is not very white,
right?
As far as I know.
mean, there is something in both cultures that turn the fringes into madmen.
Yeah, and let's not forget, you want to talk about a person who is a Holocaust denier and an anti-Semite that leads millions of people. I can also show you a photo of him with Barack Obama. Louis Farrakhan.
Yes.
This is you could find
not because
tons of people in Congress who have met with this guy publicly.